Back on oldcertified.tv. Don't forget the dot next to the T. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go. Y'all know we the energy. Y'all know how we giving it up, and y'all know how we coming. You heard. So today we got the certified taste test, the crispy, crispy, crispy chicken wings, part 3. Today's the third time. It's crispy, 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 crispy chicken wing. You heard. You know we got the lemon pepper. Then we got the hot sauce. You heard. Big certified fact though. Let's get straight into it. Let's not waste no time. Or
first of all, welcome back home.
Yes,
my
yes,
movie.
yes.
Your movie is back.
Yes,
Mr.
my movie.
Mr. Viral himself, Mr. Viralocity.
I love you.
Responsible for so much of this drill music in New York City. We are glad that you are back home. I'm glad that you're back home.
Thank you, Jimski. Thank you. Thank you.
What was the first thing you did when you got home?
First thing I did, I watched the movie.
You watched the movie?
You know why? Because I felt like when I was locked up, I was missing so much good movies that was coming out. I was like, you know what? I want to catch up on some movies. I want to catch up on some chill time. You know, they don't got bunkies.
Nah, they good. They good. They good. They good. That's a little five of you. That's a little five of you.
Running around like
you got the kids out with it. That warmed my heart when I seen that today. My movie, the little movie.
Sit down.
How did it feel seeing them when you came home?
That's what I did. That's what I did too. Like I ordered the kids over, and I just told the mother like I got them. You know, I was locked up for 7 months, so it was alone. I'm saying with the kids it was hard.
So you're saying being locked up. What was your mindset like when you were locked up?
I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't one of those. Yo, what's going on in the town? What's going on in the gram? I forgot about everything happening, and I only was worrying about jail.
Was that your first little bit of vacation time, or how did you adapt to it?
I had a little time before, little couple months. I always do like a little short couple months. No big. Like I don't get locked up. Like that's why when I was in there, I was telling them niggas, listen. I'm not no jail nigga. Like I don't like to be in jail. I like to be outside. I like to sleep late, wake up.
How does that feel though? How does that feel knowing that you're a real top dog out here? You're a certified money getter. You one of the biggest stars in the world. Just to know that you can find and can't do nothing like that.
Yo, it was one of the worst. It was one of the worst feelings that I felt. But I got over it. Like a couple weeks in, I got over it and I just was worried. I just put my mind straight to what was happening.
It looked like you got your weight up. You was in there doing some push-ups.
I was fucking with the niggas.
Yeah.
I fuck with my Thini niggas in there. You know what I'm saying? Couple Thini niggas in there. I fuck with the Spanish niggas. They got that shit on smash. Nice. Them niggas in there got that shit on smash. Jersey.
Were you eager to get home?
At first I was. And then After a while, I didn't even feel it. Like, I just said months, I didn't really feel it. Like, after a while, you stop feeling it. The only thing I was really worried about was, I got the crib, the baby, the girl. So that was the only thing I was worried about, the paying the rent. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it wasn't for that, like having things to take care of, like real business, like, because I know a lot of niggas don't really got business. Like, a lot of niggas get taken care of at home. They like niggas in jail, I'm talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? They call, they try to get people to send them $100 a week and shit like that. I'm taking care of myself and taking care of people. So that was the only thing that was like taking the most out of my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I gotta pay these bills.
Everybody got to pay the bills, and that's a lot of things. So that's one of the main reasons why, like, I'm not into podcasting, but seeing you, and I know that these outlets and these media outlets, whether it be social media, whether it be networks and things like that, when they do interview artists, they forget that we are real people.
These are my swimming jeans, my sitting jeans, my standing jeans.
Elvis, welcome to Locked In, man.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
your name, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Where does that come from?
Well, I'm Dominican. I'm from, I was born here, but my mother and father are from Dominican Republic, and it's like a common name in Spanish country.
Is it really?
Yeah, everybody's Elvis. So,
Wow.
yeah.
I think I might have met a couple Elvises in prison.
It's weird. I only met like 3 my whole life, though.
Well, it's an iconic name.
Mm-hmm.
And your last name is cool, too.
Yeah, Deschamps.
Deschamps,
It's like
okay.
French.
But it's spelled like Deschamps, kind of
Yeah,
like it
yeah.
has the word champ in it.
Yep. Yeah, it's like the champ.
Yeah, exactly. That's so awesome.
Yep.
But you lived here your whole life?
Yeah, I grew up in Long Island. When I was little, I lived in Dominican Republic, but it was at a very young age, like 5, 6, something like that. Came out here, moved to Queens, and that's when all the craziness started. Very young. Yeah, I lived in Corona or Flushing, something like that. I was so young, I don't really remember those years too much, but
Who'd you grow up with? Like any siblings? Mom and dad were
yeah, I
both?
got 2 sisters, mom and dad. Dad disappeared around the age of 10. He actually tried to kill my mom, so yeah, it was pretty crazy.
And how old were you? You were 10 when that happened?
Yeah, I always remembered. He came through, and he took us out. Me and my little sister took us. I forgot where we went. I think we went to a family member's house or something like that, or a carnival. And let's sip up a little bit. And then it was crazy. He was like jealous because my mom didn't even have anybody. But in his mind, because he used to do drugs, he like invented this whole scenario about my mom doing stuff and this and that. Meanwhile, they've been broken up for years.
Oh, they were separated
Yeah,
already.
for years.
Okay.
He was just jealous. Anyways, he ended up bringing me and my little sister to his apartment. And then he shows us a sawed-off shotgun. Meanwhile, I'm like 10. My sister's like 7. And he's like, this is the gun I'm going to use to kill your mother. So I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm 10, so I'm believing him like, oh, snap, he's about to kill my mom tonight. Like, so he's like, she's dead. He's like bugging out. So my little sister's crying. You know, I'm scared too, but I'm trying to like be tough for my little sister, so I stay quiet. As soon as we got home, I snitched him out to my mother. I said, Mom, he got a shotgun. He gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna call the cops, you know what I'm saying? And I guess homeboy was on his way. He was on his way there or something like that. And they caught him on the way with the shotty.
So he had already brought you guys back home and he was planning it for a different day.
No, I think for later on that day.
So why would he even bring you back home in harm's way?
Maybe the thoughtless stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But he didn't care. When I was like 5 or 6, I used to be, when we lived in Queens, I used to be drawing, playing in a corner. And really, I was drawing and playing in the corner to like erase what was going on. Because meanwhile, in the background, my dad is pistol whipping my mom and just being a psycho, you know what I'm saying? So that was like my way of zoning out from all that, I guess.
Did your dad have a job or was he just in the
He
streets?
was a drug dealer. I think he was a big one. I was young, but I think he was a big one because he had like multiple cars and, you know, we had stuff, you know what I'm saying?
He took care of you guys financially?
Back then, from what I remember. But like I said, I was really young, so who really knows? But I think so because he used to be there, pay the bills and stuff. My mom didn't really work, so
Oh, she didn't have to work.
yeah, when she was chilling, she would work, but not like that. You know what I'm saying?
Did she tolerate his behavior because he was paying for everything?
Honestly, I don't know. I think my mother didn't learn English ever. My mom understands it right now, but so I just feel like maybe she felt like if like she would have nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Back then, it wasn't like now. There's so many Hispanics everywhere. You know, it was different. There was a lot of Hispanics, but it was just a lot different. My mother never spoke English, so everything was hard for her. You know what I'm saying?
So did he get arrested that day?
Yeah, he got arrested. And he was deported actually to Dominican Republic, and he's never come back.
So they had enough evidence to charge him and everything?
Yeah, they found a gun. Plus that was like his third gun charge. He's been in prison multiple times for hurting people. Like, dude was nuts. You know what I'm saying?
How did you feel about that situation?
I was scared, but to be honest, thinking back, knowing he was gone for a long time, it was like a relief because I felt like, yes, mommy's gonna be safe. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I really cared about. As a kid, you only care about your mom, really. You know what I'm saying? I guess the guys have their dad around, you know, love their dad. I never really had him around, so I can't really tell you what it's like to have a dad, you know what I'm saying?
How did she change towards you guys after he left the picture permanently?
Mom stayed the same. She was just a hardworking woman, took care of us, never was out hanging out with fucking Bloods. I can't stand them motherfuckers. Like an idiot running my mouth, realizing, oh shit, I just said this in front of about 50. There's like these courts where they hang out there. So I knock on the door like a dumbass. Fam, to the guy that's, I could borrow a knife. Like, it doesn't work like that upstairs. You know, just, oh yeah, here, borrow mine. So he's like, borrow a knife. He's like, what you want to borrow a knife? What the fuck going on? So I tell him, yo, the dude, he goes, listen, just go outside, man. If that man comes up to you on anything, just handle your business, man. I can't give you no knife. So I'm like, fuck. So I go to the yard. I end up not seeing the guy. Next thing you know, here comes this Puerto Rican blood kid. Mind you, I don't know he's blood. He's like, yo, what's up, fam? I'm like, what's up? He's like, you new? I'm like, yeah, I'm new. He's like, you don't know nobody? I'm like, nah. He's like, come fuck with me, bro. I'm like, I'll take a spin with you. So we just talk, and he's from Brooklyn. I'm from Long Island. We just talking. He goes, come on, I'm going to come introduce you to my friends, my peoples. I'm like, all right. So we go up to, there's like these courts where they hang out, all the gangs and everything. And, you know, you don't enter unless you're part of that gang or unless they, like, give you permission to enter their little areas. So I'm there. They tell me I can come in. So now I'm noticing, oh, snap, these guys are all Bloods. I'm like, oh, wait. The old guys in the county always told me stay away from the gangs upstate. So I'm like, damn. So one of them's like, hey, yo, listen, you know, maybe with time we could put some stones in your pocket. So I'm thinking, like, what the fuck is a stone in my pocket? I never heard that type of lingo. I'm like, yeah, no problem. Yeah, no doubt, bro. And he's like, all right, that's what we talking about. So the Puerto Rican kid tells me, like, well, where you want to be blood? And I was like, be blood? Oh, no, I don't fuck with no fucking Bloods. I can't stand them motherfuckers. Like an idiot running my mouth, realizing, oh shit, I just said this in front of about 15 Bloods. So now they're all looking at me like, what? So now they're plotting on me. I'm about to get sliced. So I'm like, fuck, why did I say that? So I'm walking off. The Puerto Rican kid's like, yo, let me holler at you. We just want to spin the yard and talk to you. You know what I mean? And I don't know how the feds is, but in the state, like, it's easy to cut you up. Like, so I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to get sliced. So I'm walking with the kid. And I see the movements. I was like, nah, I'm about to get sliced for what I said. I was like, fuck, what am I going to do? I don't know nobody, I don't got a weapon. So I'm just like, fuck. So I'm just walking. And I kind of said, you know what? Fuck this. I start walking. Come on. Nah, I smell what's going on, fam. I was like, you ain't catching me like that. And he's basically like, yo, it's going to go down anyway type shit. I'm like, damn. And I'm like, this is a max. I'm fucked. I've never been in a max. I'm just terrified. You know what I'm saying? Long story short, I'm walking, they're creeping, they're trying to catch me, and the Puerto Rican kid, like, came at me. Like, it was almost like, fuck it, let's get him. And he came at me. I back up, and I swung, missed, and I'm terrified. You know what I mean? I'm old now. I don't got a whole no ego. I was fucking scared. I'm like, yo, I'm about to get fucking jumped, and these guys might slice me up. So I'm like, what am I going to do? So I tell him in Spanish. I said, yo, todo mama huevo, loco. Basically, you're a dick sucker. Like, I can't believe you, man. And out of nowhere, I heard, hey, you Dominican? And I look over, I'm like, yeah. That's when I learned about the Trinitarios. That's what I became. I was there for 18 years. Dominicans from every corner of that prison appeared out of nowhere. Like Voltron.
Is that a prison game, Trinitario?
Yeah, probably the most dangerous one in there.
I've actually never heard of them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Patria?
Uh,
Yeah, you probably see on Gangland or something.
I don't watch Gangland.
Oh.
I'm sure it's there, yeah.
Nah, Trinitarios.
Well, because in the feds, it's at least on the East Coast, it's not really gangs, it's car.
Yeah, it's the cars.
Yeah, it's the cars, and then like all the Spanish will run together within their car, even though they're a part of a bigger car. And
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like a lot of the Dominicans were in the New York car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Trinitarios, I bet.
So why didn't you just say you were a Crip when you got there and use that
No.
cover story?
One, Crips don't live upstate. Two, I was really out of because when I went to the county jail, no disrespect to any Crips out there, all the Crips were pussy. They all were scared. They all used to go to protective custody. They all used to become Muslim. Oh no, I'm not Crip anymore. I'm a Muslim. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? We're supposed to be the Crips, bro. So then I was like, fuck this Crip shit. And just like I got in without permission, I got out without permission. And I was like, ain't nobody doing nothing.
So are Trinitarios strictly prison gang, or are they?
No, now they're big in the streets.
Okay, so
Very
they're both
big.
now.
Very, very
Back
big.
then, were they just prison?
Yeah. It was like if you were a Trinitario from the street, you were looked upon as fake. Back then, you know what I'm saying? Not anymore. When it was strictly prison back then. And when that day happened and they were going to jump me, those Bloods, the Dominicans all showed up. And they basically were like, he's Dominican, you're not touching him. If he's not a rapist or a snitch or a fucking any of those things, you cannot touch him. He's Dominican and he's safe here and nobody doing nothing to him. And if you want to go toe-to-toe with him, we could do that. And they told me, would you be down with that? And I was tough. Even though I was young and little, I don't know, I never was scared of nobody. So I was like, yeah, let's do it now. Now I got backup. But I'm kind of running my mouth because I'm young. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what's up now, nigga? Yeah, look at you now. Long story short, the dude didn't want to do that. He tried to be a coward. And, he got his by his people. His people, I guess he made his people look bad for not going toe-to-toe with me because he was super down to jump me. But you weren't down to go toe-to-toe, So his peoples handled him in the way that they handled him, and that was a race, and that's when I started hanging out with Trinitarios.
Were you hesitant to join another gang?
I was always kind of tough. I told them straight from the beginning, when I was younger, I was hanging out with the Crips, and I was repping that shit, right? And they're like, you repping it now? I'm like, no. They're like, then you're good. I'm like, all right. So it was that simple.
Was there any other, initiation? Did you have to do a send-off mission or anything?
They did, a test. There was this Dominican dude who was, black as night. So he could play the role of a African American dude. He made me look light skinned. So they told me he was a Blood and that he had did something to one of the brothers in another jail and that I had to go handle him. So I was like, all right. And they sent me with another young guy. And we go up there and we're walking up to the guy about to handle our business. And he turns around and in Spanish tells us, good job. You guys are official.
Like an episode of Punk'd or something.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh, snap. Turned out his name was Big Louis. He was a really good guy. He actually was really cool. Actually, really, really cool. Really good dude. He's in prison, so obviously he's done some bad things, but he had good character. He treated people nicely and stuff. He was cool. And about 6 months after I started hanging out with them, they called me to the yard one day, and they told me, there's some bad news about you. You got to report outside. Can't believe you betrayed us. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Then another brother sees me in the hallways. You fucked up, bro. We'll see you in the yard. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what the fuck did I do? I didn't do shit. I was like, somebody's probably lying on me or something. Then I thought of it. I said, I know I didn't do shit. Fuck that. I'm going to the yard. I didn't do shit. I come to the yard. They surround me. Come take a walk with us. I'm like, fuck. If I get sliced by my own people, fuck it. I got sliced. And they brought me to little area where there was no COs or whatever. And they were like, you ready to become a member today? And I'm like, and I was kind of immature, so I'm like, you guys, I'm being kiddy about it. You guys tricked me. I'm like, yo, stop fucking playing, man. This is serious. And I'm like, yeah, I'm down. And that's the day I took the oath and became a Trinitario. And then after that, that's all I cared about. That's all I thought about. It's all I breathed. It's tattered all over my body now. It's like, it was all I cared about.
When you say oath, they brought a Bible, hand on the Bible type thing?
Yeah, a little Bible, put my hand on it. I said the oath for the Trinitarios, which the Bible says you're not to take oaths on anything on this earth. So I rebuke that and I regret that in the name of Jesus Christ. But I took the oath and I became a member. They checked my paperwork, they checked my court papers, all that. Because they got to check everything. Make sure you're not a rapist, make sure you haven't thrown people in prison, all that stuff. So they checked all my stuff. And then they were like, all right, you're going to be a member. They they took me on probation, made me an official member.
They waited 6 months to do that.
Yeah, sometimes it takes 9. But, I was pretty cool, and I was always ready for whatever.
That's probably uncommon for prison gangs, right? To take that long to get initiated.
Yeah, a lot of gangs just want members. They'll take whoever. So they'll put you on probation today in 30 days. Oh, yeah, he's official, and just bring you in. But we used to laugh at those gangs, because to us it was like, you're recruiting for numbers. So you can have 300 sheep, and I can have 10 lions. We're going to tear your whole pack of sheep to pieces. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we was kind of moving in there. We were more about fuck numbers. Let's get our strength up. As far as individually, let's work out. Let's have each other's backs. Let's not start trouble. But the minute someone brings it to us, let's tear them up so bad that they never again will think about beefing with us. You know what I'm saying?
Who'd you guys beef with in there?
Bloods mostly, because they was always starting trouble. Shout out to the Bloods. I ain't got no beef with y'all. But the Bloods, they was always, because the Bloods in prison in New York prison are like the deepest. They're the biggest. So they assume everybody has to just like, oh. And we were more like, oh, you're not doing shit. Like, we're not with that. Like, that's what we was about. We wasn't with it. You're not gonna oppress us. We're not gonna go by your phone rules. We're not gonna go by your nothing rule. It's either our rules or no rules, or let's go to war. And that's just how we were.
What were your rules? Like in the gang?
Basically, it was stuff like, the regular stuff. Don't betray your brother. Don't tell internal business. Don't do homosexual activity. Don't call anyone a rat ever unless you have proof. That's like a big rule with them. You can actually get sliced for that if you call somebody a snitch and you don't have any proof. They'll cut you up. Just stuff like that. They got a bunch of crazy rules. But check this out. I joined them, and then I don't know what happened to me, man. I became very manipulative. So I said, I'm gonna become the leader of this shit. I was like, I'm going to become the leader of this. I'm going to bring this to Long Island, and I'm going to become the supreme commander of Long Island. And that's just what it's going to be. And mind you, I had like 5 years to go home. I'm like, watch. And, when I left the max, I went to the medium. It was like cupcake there. More members. But I'm like, this shit is softer. And I just came from the max, so I'm automatically looked at like, oh, he came from max. He's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, because I was always... And I don't care if people see this. I was always smarter than all of them. I was very much smarter. I don't know how I was, but I was. I basically gained the trust of all important individuals. It sounds evil, but this is the truth. I gained the trust of all of them. And I kind of knew that even though they were older than me and stuff, that they were all stuck in one way of thinking. They were all stuck in who's the toughest, who's the realest, jail gossip, this, that. And I knew that if I could somehow get deep into their spirit and their hearts, that I could take over. Because all I have to do is make you feel like I actually love you and care for you. Because that's what they do to us anyway. That's all gangs are. A bunch of fake-ass niggas acting like they love each other.
That's how they recruit kids.
Yeah, and in all reality, they're just evil and they're using you. So I knew this since I joined. So I said, I'm going to be the guy to do that. I'm going to be the big wolf. So though I was younger and a lot smaller, I was a lot smarter. And I've always been smarter than everybody around me as far as the street life. Because in no disrespect, a lot of people in the streets are very educated, you know what I'm saying? And they think one way. And they live by one law. And that's the only laws that they follow. And if anything other than that is fugazi or whack. Me, I live by my law. So I'm like, I live by the law of God now. But at that time, it's about me winning. So long story short, I got 3 or 4 guys that I seen really liked hanging out with me. And when we got really, really close, I brought them to the side of y'all one day. And it all started with manipulation. Such and such is a great leader. But you ever notice that this, and that? I'm not saying nothing bad about him. You know what I'm saying? But we got to check that. Yeah, you're right, bro. Yeah. And ever notice how he treats you like if you're a nobody, bro? When you're one of the illest brothers in this jail, I look at you and I see an honorable man. This is me speaking to them. They treat you like you're nothing just because you're young. It's time for the young boys to really step it up. And now they're all like, yeah. And now I'm little by little planting seeds everywhere. Ta, 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 ta. Until one day, the leader broke a rule. He got into an argument with a member in front of rivals, in front of the Bloods. And he challenged them to fight. So that's it. That's what I mean. So now we go his status, though. So, basically, we're like, you messed up, and even the leader must be put in place. So we're demoting you, we're voting you out, and let's vote a new leader. Mind you, I've already planted all the seeds. I know where the leadership's coming. It's coming to me. And just like I planned it, yeah, let's vote. I think they used to call me Baka in prison, which is the name of a demon, actually. The name of, they say it was Satan's nephew. It's some made up shit, but Baka. That's what they called me. So I'm like, everybody, Baka, Baka, Baka. So I become the leader now. I literally go from every single prison I go to and become the leader again. I use the same exact technique. I grab 3 or 4 guys. I brainwash them. I manipulate them. They do it with their close ones. I do it to them too. I show them extreme love, which is what all gangs do. I mean, I'm even dap them up, look them in their eyes. This is brotherhood. Shake a little, make your eyes water. Now he's like, wow, this nigga's real. He loves me, man. And I was really evil, bro. And then I just had all these people under me, and I felt like as long as I'm the leader, I don't gotta slice nobody up and do nothing. So I'm gonna always make sure that I become the leader. And I have the power to become the leader because I'm mentally more disciplined than these dudes. And I actually took time to learn all the laws. So I know that you guys see these laws as like, ooh. So the guy that knows them all is like, wow, he's really knowledgeable. Really, he's learned a bunch of bullshit. And that's how I did it. I took over the gangs and really never had to put in much work. I just had them do the work.
That could have backfired though if someone found out what you were doing.
It did actually. Somebody did. But the reason why it didn't backfire was because I somehow manipulated the situation and reversed it on him somehow. I forgot how I did it. But I was pretty evil, man. I was mad manipulative, and everything was about me winning.
You know, you see it in movies and these TV shows all the time, and they're obviously based on something because it's always the second in command or the guys underneath that are neglected by the leader, and they're the weak point. You know, and that's how you overthrow someone.
Yeah, I overthrew for real. I overthrew so big it was crazy. Then there was a Mexican or Salvadorian gang called Azteca Nation, and one of their members got into a fight with one of our members. We were wait. No, I got that next. No, I got that next. Actually, no, I got that. No, I got that next. So what you want to do? What you want to do? They're rumbling. Now the Aztecas and the Trinitarios are on the verge of war. So I'm watching the whole situation, and I'm like, we're about to go to war with a whole bunch of Mexicans. We could easily beat them. Our team is strong. But for what? When we both have a common enemy, the Bloods. So after the fight was done, I sat there and I thought about it. I said, I know what I'm going to do. So I approached their leader. And I was like, yo, let's have a talk. We could go to war right after this if you want. Me and you could go to war. But there's no need. Let's have a talk. By the time I spun that yard one time with them, God is my witness. They were aligned to us. And I was only 23 at that time. I was huge. I was benching like 350, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And we made the first time Trinitarios ever made an alliance. But that was actually against our rules. And somehow I was able to do it without getting in trouble. We weren't allowed to make alliances. It was us versus the world. And I made an alliance with the Aztecas. I said, if you guys got problems with any crew, we ride with you. We have problems with any crew, you ride with us. If we have problems amongst each other, we speak it out. If it's too big of a problem, the divisions go toe to toe. I like that, blah, blah, blah. So, before that, I told you there was a fight between 2 of our members. So what we did was I said, tell all your members to come to the yard Saturday night. Every member. I'm going to tell every member of mine to come to the yard Saturday night. I was doing it. So Saturday night we come to the yard. So I hear the whispers, the Bloods, the other crews. Oh shit, yo, all the fucking Aztecas is outside. Yo, the Trinitarios is outside. These niggas about to go to war. And I hear them happy about it. I hear them like, oh snap, they fuck them niggas. We're gonna take that phone. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. And okay. I mean, I always was kind of like strategic, so I was like, it's perfect. Let them say that. And then I said, yo, told everybody, yo, before the yard ends, we're all gonna, because they used to hang out on some bleachers. You know, Salvadorians and Mexicans, not stereotyping y'all, but they like to play soccer. So they're all playing on the soccer field. And they were sitting on the bleachers. So I said, yo, let's all go over there right now. And we're gonna walk up. Everybody's gonna assume we're about to fight. And we're all gonna dap up and hug each other. Give each other genuine hugs. Make it look as real as a motherfucker. And then we're all gonna turn around and basically let the yard see what the fuck is going on. We run this shit. So everybody loves me now. Yo, this nigga's mad smart. Oh, he's so he's fucking thinking of some big shit. So we start walking. Remember, it was dark out, deep, like 40, they're like 70 something. You're not even supposed to walk that many people at once. So we broke it up into like little packs, we're all walking near each other. And I hear the whispers, oh, it's about to go down, you know, these poppy niggas. Because they call Spanish dudes the poppies. All these poppies about to go down, oh shit, right there. They all walked up to us, we were standing there looking at each other. And dudes have been in prison, you know, this is true. And they remember I did that. Each time I brag, but it's the truth. We end up just walking up, grilling each other, we're all looking at each other like it's about to go down. And then everybody starts hugging, dapping each other up. So now all the Bloods, all the Lion Kings, everybody's like, yo, what the fuck? Oh, nah, oh, hell nah. And now we're like double the numbers of everyone. So now we're saying, and I already know that the other Latin crews are going to approach because Latinos stick together. It's always been like that. So, just like I thought, here come the Nietas a couple days later. This one they were still around. Oh, you guys are getting fucking powerful, so what happens if we go to war with them? I was like, we jump on your ass. Oh, really? So how do we get down with this alliance? We don't got no problems with any of you guys. And we're Latino just like you. That meaning, now I got the Nietas, the Aztecas, basically running under the Trinitarios, because even though we were equal, whatever I was saying was going down. And then the Lion Kings approached with the same offer, but they had some weird stipulations to it. They're like, we'll go to war with anyone except for the Bloods. So we see that kind of cowardly, like, you got a pussy, like, you know what, fuck you, we're done with you guys. Then we didn't fuck with them, we didn't allow them in. Long story short, a few days later, one of my soldiers gets caught with a letter in his pocket. I'm sending a hit out to somebody, and he gets caught with the fucking letter. And even though it was my nickname, they knew who I was. They came and got me and a whole bunch of us, sent us to the box for a gang hit, and I went back to the max. So that's how they got rid of me there.
And when you went back to the max, do you reclaim leadership or?
No, when I get to the max, the third in command for the entire world is there. So there is no reclaiming shit. He's big dog. Third in command. Any country he steps in, any state, anywhere he goes, that's his position. He's third for the whole organization. So I'm like, fuck. But I'm like, all right, let's give me an opportunity to get close to him now. This will help my plan for when I go home. So now I'm in there, the most loyal soldier. Listen, do me a favor. Go to the yard. I need you to grab 2 knives, bring them inside, hide them here, boom, boom, boom. And just see how you guys get past the metal detector. No problem, so I'll take care of it immediately. I'm talking like that to this dude, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm really smarter than these dudes. So I'm like, all I have to do is act like that, and this guy sees me as a fucking mega soldier. And because I see he's a real dude, it's never gonna flip on me. So that's what I do. I'm basically his goon. Whatever you say, sir, you let me know, sir. Oh, you gotta call me sir, brother. You're my brother, man. Now we get close. The minute I knew he was close is one day I was in my cell. It was my birthday. I was sitting there. I was lonely, thinking about life, just like, damn, I can't wait to get out of here. And the guy comes to my cell, brought me a huge bowl of beautiful food, looking great. Brought me like a big sack of weed like that. And he goes, this is from the boss. This is from Shogun. And I was like, wow. Oh my God. And there was a little letter in my rice. You're one of my most loyal little brothers here, and I love you to death. And I want you to have a beautiful birthday. Don't smoke this. Put it away. I got more for us to smoke in the yard. That's for your personal use, because I know that everybody gonna want to smoke with you. And I was like, wow. So I go to the yard, and now me and this guy are close. So there's another guy that has high position there. I'm on the phone one day talking to my sister. He goes, listen, I need you to get off the phone. I gotta get on the phone. That's how the rules work. No matter what position you have, you respect your brothers. So I was like, I'm almost done. Give me like 8 minutes. He goes, get the fuck off the phone now, bro. I need the phone. I gotta talk to my dad. So I'm like, come on, bro. You're talking to me crazy, though. Get the fuck off the phone, I said. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting off the phone. So I just stay on the phone. Then I get on the phone. He basically is coming to my face. Not on some like, hitting me shit, but he's like, yo, when I give you an order, you fucking listen. So I'm like, yeah, I hear you. But the data was that the first in command worldwide loved me to death. He's actually on the fence not doing life, but he loves me to death. So now I just secretly write him a letter. This guy will be abusing his power. And this is not good for the organization. I believe we need true leadership here. And I'm willing to step up if I must. As much as I don't want to. But I would for the family. The letter arrives. He's in charge. I don't care who has position. he's in charge. The only person above him is Shogun. So Shogun actually, he said, "Nah, we're not doing that." And I was like, "Why?" I thought you sounded like your most loyal. He's like, "God broke the rules, man. You went over our heads. Why don't you come talk to me?" And I'm like, he's like, "I'm gonna write him back, tell him that I'm not allowing that, and don't worry, I'm gonna put you under my wing." And before I even can manipulate him to do it, he says, "I got bigger plans for you. You're a loyal man. You're going home in a couple years. I need you to take over Long Island and become the supreme leader over there." And I'm like, "Yes." Mind you, it's all retarded stuff, gang banging and stupidity. But at that time, this was my life, so I'm like, wow, I'm gonna be the supreme for Long Island. Like, what the fuck?
It's wild they just took your word for it over a letter.
They always take. I don't know how it worked. I know now what it was because I've always had the spirit of God living within me. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know this. And I basically, I never got caught. None of that. All them years, I've done mad years. I've never got nothing. I've been in fights, but you know what I'm saying? Long story short, I ended up going on medium again, and I ended up going home. After 8 years, I go home. I'm just like, wow, society. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know. Like, it was weird. I didn't know how to use a phone with like a screen on it. But none of that. I remember my sister gave me a phone. I was looking at it, and I'm like, I waited till nobody was looking. I'm dead serious. I'm like, on. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, on. I didn't know how to use it. I'm like, oh. I'm like, and she kind of noticed from a distance. Came on, look, I'll show you how to use it, bro. And showed me. And she was like, oh. But at first I came home with the mentality I just wanted to be a good man and do the right thing, man. I really did. But that didn't die. Some people think you join a gang in jail and that's it. It doesn't end right there. Because it's so deep in my mind now that it's all I fucking think about. It's almost like a religion to me. You know what I'm saying? At that time. So my plan now is to find out who the Trinitarians is out here and take them over and become their leader and have them all sell drugs for me so that I can be rich. That's how I used to think. So I go, I found out who the Trinitarios are. They're like a bunch of little kids, 16, 17. I'm like 26, 27. And I'm huge and I'm extremely dangerous. Just did many years in prison. This is a cupcake to me. I'm like, I'm gonna take this over in seconds. And then I'll change it and make it official. So I go to the meeting and there's a guy close to my age who's their leader. And it turned out he made up all the lessons and codes because he wasn't a real member. He just made up his own shit and gave it to them and was like, this is official. And they follow him. So now I get that I realize this. And I go to the meeting and I basically tell them, you guys are fake Trinitarios. You're a fake Trinitario. And you're going to probably die because you're out here giving people fake fucking stuff and pretending. And now they're speaking up. I went to Queens not that long ago. And when they were talking to me, I spit my knowledge and they beat the crap out of me. And they said my stuff was fake. And when I came back to you, you told me it wasn't. And another person speak up, yeah, man, I was in Manhattan and I bumped into some Trinitarios and as soon as I spit my stuff, they beat the shit out of me. And I'm like, so I said, who wants to be a real Trinitario? Walk with me. I got you. Because in a few days, there'll be a letter arriving from the leader saying I'm the leader anyway. And nobody believed it. 2 guys did, though. Now we out with you. And I did. And that was my beginning of trying to take over Long Island. And then, next thing you know, the letter came from the leader. And I just had to go to every chapter and let them know I was the new leader.
And was this the beginning of the time period where they were moving towards the streets and outside of prison too?
Yeah, maybe like 5-6 years now into that. They're now in the streets.
So that evolved while you were in prison.
Yeah. So now I got the whole Long Island under me, every chapter, and I feel like I'm unstoppable. So I become a drug dealer.
Now, in an organization like this, in prison, did they have a hustle where like there's money involved? Or it's every man for self, or how does that work?
Nah, people. I ain't gonna lie. That's one of them. You know what I mean? It's a criminal organization, but they want to also, like, I gotta give it to them. They look out for their brothers or whatever, you know what I'm saying? If one doesn't have any food to eat, he's gonna eat. If one doesn't have slippers to get a shower, he's gonna have his brand new slippers. If there's a kitty, to make sure everybody gets these stuff. And as far as making money, dudes, like everybody else, sell dope or Suboxone or, you know, jail stuff.
But do you kick up to the organization in there?
Yeah, you always throw something back, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I ain't gonna lie, they thought it was pretty united. They'll make sure everybody eats.
And then on the street, is it just drug dealing is the main form of revenue?
Yeah, drug dealing, all that evil stuff. Drug dealing, whatever they can do.
And do they take care of the people in prison too? Like, are both
They're
organizations
supposed to.
combined?
They don't though, but they're supposed to. There's people that do. Like me, I used to look out for people, but it's not something where they're really doing it. Gangs, including them, and I don't fear because I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't fear anything, man. Gangs are dumb, all of them. Even the one I was in, Bloods, Crips, Trinitario, Lion King, Nieta, Zulu, Voodoo, Kudu. I don't know, whatever you call your gang. Especially when you're an adult man running around, bandana. I don't know. I just see it so corny now. Like I feel like what would you respect more? If you had a guy you didn't get along with and he showed up with 10 dudes to fight you, or if he came there all by himself and was like, I want to go toe to toe with you.
By himself?
Yeah.
I don't like the gang stuff. I think it's dumb.
It's stupid. And you know what? It took me all the years to realize. Actually, when I got baptized, that day is when I truly realized it. But before all that, when I came home, I was just selling drugs, gang banging, trying to grow the gang, and just full of hatred. Just really full of hatred. And I stayed out a couple years, caught a drug case. I ended up doing I did 3.5 on the drug case, and that sucked. Went upstate, back to the same thing, took over the gang, boom, 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 regular me, and yeah, it was just whack. But then I went to the box. Why did I go to the box? Oh, I went to a box because I wrote on a letter that I sent out. I wrote my nickname. So they said that's gang related. Sent me to the box. Then they sent me to another medium. That medium, I don't know what happened to me, man. I just started like seeing things different. I would be in the yard and dudes just talking about gossip from jail and who got cut and this shit, and I didn't care anymore. I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna go do pull-ups, man. I would go work out. I started realizing that instead of hanging out in the yard talking shit, I'd be more like reading. I started studying Islam, like Muslim stuff, and I started getting deep into it. And when I came home, I considered myself a Muslim. And I was like, even though I was a Trinitario, I was like, I'm Trinitario as far as my game. But my religion is my religion. Nobody gonna tell me what to believe in, right? So I used to believe in that. Then when I came home, I started getting away from that. And I went back to like believing in this crazy stuff. I was believing like the universe is God and this and that. And all these crazy different stuff that I just was feeding myself. And it started driving me crazy, bro. Like seriously crazy. I started hearing voices. Now we talk about 2021, 2020. I started hearing voices telling me to do evil things, bro. Like literally, like I'll get angry at somebody. It's like later on, ride your car around the block when no one's looking, take the plates off, run him over, and keep going, and then just stash the car for a bit. And I'll be like, where the fuck is this voice coming from? You know what I'm saying? And then it got worse. And then it was like a voice really telling me to do evil shit. So it was telling me like to kill people. It was telling me to attack people. It was weird. It was in my mind. And I remember it got to the point where I really thought I was gonna hurt somebody. I was scared I was gonna hurt like somebody bad. And I didn't know what to do, so I called like a therapist, and I was like, yo, I told my whole story. I did prison time, I did this, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm hearing voices. And she said, you have OCD, which I don't know what the fuck she's like. You have OCD, there's different types of OCDs. This is the OCD where you hear voices in your head, and it tells you to do evil. I'm like, what?
Is this PTSD or OCD?
No, she said OCD, because I was like, isn't that when you wash your hands a lot? And she's like, no, there's different types. And I hung up on her. I was like, nah, I said, you're bugging. So that night, I remember laying in bed and having crazy thoughts about murder, about sex, about attacking women. May the Lord forgive me, I've never done that either. I'm against that shit. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, about attacking women, about attacking people, about killing people, about just really, just as evil as it could get, bro. Torturing people, burning them on fire, like decapitating, like crazy stuff, like ripping eyes out, like thoughts like that, bro. And I've never done nothing like that. You know what I mean? Obviously, I've been in prison, but I'm like, it was getting really bad, bro. Like, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't think. So this kid come knocks on my door. He died actually from an overdose not that long after this, but some kid came to just say what's up. I opened the door, I put a gun in his face. Fuck you doing here, boy? Like bugging out, you know what I'm saying? And that's when I always had good though deep inside. And I guess that little good told me, like, you gotta have to burn somebody, man. And I was like, the only solution is to kill myself. Because kill myself, then I can't hurt anyone. Because I really didn't want to hurt nobody, bro. I was like, I didn't want to hurt anyone. That's not who I am, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm just going to kill myself. And at least people won't get hurt by me because I can feel it. I'm bugging out. I never heard a voice in my head in my fucking life. Now I'm hearing voices. I was like, yeah, definitely, gotta kill myself. That's how I felt like. And I believe this was the best day of my entire life, bro. That day. I woke up, I was stressed out. I grabbed my Glock that I used to have. I had a brown Glock. It was like painted. Put that shit on me. I remember I'm just riding around the neighborhood. I stopped, start walking up and down the blocks, and I'm just thinking, and I remember this is an example of my thoughts back then, somebody walking by, then they could look at me going, shoot him right in his fucking face, pistol whip his skull while he on the ground, nigga, and start walking a little more, look at that stupid bitch looking at me over there, I'm gonna run over there and pistol whip her teeth out, and this is really like the things going through my mind, oh shit, look at these niggas, they think they tough, huh? I should pull up, just shoot at them and see who's really tough, like stupid, you know what I'm saying? And I said I'm gonna kill myself because I don't want to hurt nobody, and it started getting bad, bro. Like it almost felt like please let me shoot someone. Like I just wanted to kill someone. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta fucking go off myself before I kill somebody. So that night, around like I remember it was like 10:30 at night, I grabbed the gun and I went deep into the woods with my car. It was like one of those trails that a car could fit. So I go deep into the woods. I park right there. I'm crying and I'm like losing my mind. So I'm having a spiritual attack. And I keep hearing in my mind like, you're nothing. You should just kill yourself, you know what I'm saying? And you're doing everyone a favor. And you're nothing. Your kids hate you. You did all those years in prison. They don't even have love for you. They don't know you. Like these things was going through my head. What are you doing here? Like I was just like, and I remember crying hysterical, man. I'm not even like trying to look cool, like I was just here, and I was just like sobbing all by myself deep in the woods, dark in the night. And I was like, fuck it, it's time, you know what I'm saying? And I remember I took the gun, I was like, caca. And I was like, damn, man, it's about to go down. And I remember that feeling of, not just anybody who does that. You know how people cry, wolf, I'm gonna kill myself. And then they don't do shit, and you're like, all right, you want some attention? No, I was gonna kill myself that day. I remember the feeling, the pain, and I was like, it's over, man. And I went in there, cocked it back. I remember putting it right here first. And then I was there. There was this guy named Ron. He started trying to talk to me about Jesus. And I used to be like, I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say that to him. I always was respectful of people, even if I didn't like what you had to say. But I'm thinking about what's this guy talking about Jesus, man? And he used to always talk about Jesus. And I used to get furious. I'm talking about like, deep inside, he's like, I'll fucking kill you on Jesus, nigga. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. And I'm just like, and then that day, man, in those woods, I don't know why. Like, he like called me. I looked at the phone and I was like, and then I was like, what the fuck? I pick up, hello. You could tell I was crying though. What's going on, brother? I'm like, no, I'm chilling. You're not chilling. The Lord has put you in my heart. What's going on with you, brother? So I start sobbing. I said, call on the name of Jesus and you will be saved. Call on the name of Jesus. Blink. I hang up on him. I don't hear that shit. So it's time for me to go. And he's blowing me up. So I remember I took it from here and I put it like this. And I remember I was just like, I'm crying. The tears are coming down. I was like silent. I couldn't breathe. And I was like, it's time. You know what I'm saying? And I remember just holding the trigger and I was like, oh, I gotta do this. But you don't really need to push much on the trigger. So I'm like just tapping and just all this pain and just stop being a bitch and do it. And I was like, do it, nigga. And I'm just like, I open my eyes, bro. Some people believe me, some don't. I actually got a video that I could prove to you. I'll show you after, where I caught these things on video. I have it. I have it 100%. It's in my phone. So when you see it, you're gonna bug out too. So I opened my eyes for a split second, and when I did, they were full of tears. I remember it was fully wet, and I seen shadows, man, like a figure of men, but I seen literally like it looked like millions of them, like as far as you could see, everywhere, and they were all staring at me, and it felt like they were like, please kill yourself, please. Almost like if someone's begging you to harm yourself, please don't, please, just do it. And I'm just like, and right there, nothing. I believed in gang. I believed in drugs. I believed in fucking killing people. Not that I've killed people, but you know what I'm saying? That's how I felt. And in that very moment, out of nowhere, I looked up, and I just seen like a small light. It just like brightened up the woods, and I was like, and all those shadows, they didn't disappear. They fled, which to me is a very big difference. They fled. They were scared of that light. They did. And I was like, and I don't know how, I didn't speak. I'm not going to sit here and lie like it was like, oh, this, it's me, Jesus. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that. But when I looked, man, I was like, I knew it was Jesus. I don't know how to explain. I knew 1,000,000% that light had something to do with Jesus. My spirit knew. Like, even though I didn't have no knowledge, I didn't read the Bible. Like, I read it in prison, like here and there, but I didn't take it serious. Like, I knew that had something to do with Jesus. I didn't think it was Allah, Buddha, Takashi, I don't know, whoever. I knew that was Jesus. And I dropped my gun and ran. I ended up bumping into one of my friends, and he comes back in the woods with me to go get the gun. And he seen the light too. For some reason, he just thought it was weird. What the fuck? And we did. A week later, that man Ron baptized me. And I believed in Jesus now. There was like no doubt. And I felt happy because it was like, yo, that's all I wanted was some proof. Yeah, it's real. I can't believe it. And I remember I went in the water. And before I went in the water, and there was bad people there for this too. That's my wife. So they say the guy Ron is looking at me. He's like, before we do this, is there anybody in there that we need to worry about? So I'm like, here we go with this Christian-y stuff, man. I'm like, here we go. So I'm just like, nah, I don't know what you mean. He's like, what's your name? I'm like, Elvis. He's like, nah, what's your name? You come out now. And I'm like, oh, man. I see all people that do that. So I'm thinking, here we go with this. I'm not faking out. I'm not going to let you touch my head and fall on the floor. And I'm not doing that. That's how I'm thinking in my head. Like, I'm not doing none of that. If this is real, it's going to happen for real. Or I ain't fucking doing this shit. You feel me? So, long story short, I'm like, and out of nowhere, I start feeling weird anger. Like, very anger coming, like, very big anger. I'm like, next thing you know, I'm just like, yo, when you stop fucking asking me that. He's like, what's your name? I see you in there. And he had his hand on my forehead, and I, like, grabbed his wrist. I remember just wanting to attack him. And the name that came out, I'm 40, man. I ain't got time to play. I didn't say that name. It just came out of me. And you know what it was? My street name, Baka. Which means the devil's nephew, and it's the name of a demon. So that's, I'm like, my name is Baka. And I started trying to, like, attack this guy, you know what I'm saying? And they all grabbed me, they started praying around me. I had actually two of my friends from the gang that actually were genuinely good guys, that they were like, man, fuck that, give your life to God, bro, we're gonna go support you. They were like there, showing support. To my old gang friends. And you were there, they remember that shit. They took you over. I think you were just very stressed out. I don't know, that was weird. But I bugged the fuck out. And then out of nowhere, I'm like throwing up and a bunch of tears coming out my eyes. And that's when I realized, like, wow, it was like something in me. Cause I felt different. It was like, that's how I felt. If I could explain it, that's how I felt. It was like, so I'm like, what the fuck? So finally, they baptized me. God is my witness. When they put me in the water, and I accepted Jesus. When I came out, every drop that came off my body, I seen Trinitarios falling into the water. I seen anger. I seen addiction to sex because I used to be a horn dog. I got 5 kids for a reason. I got 4 baby mothers. So I'm like, I'm watching all these evil things falling off of me. And it was like I felt new, man. And out of nowhere, I don't know how to explain this. I knew 1,000,000%, without a shadow of a doubt, it was like wisdom that was placed in me, that the devil was real. And I knew that God was real, that Jesus Christ was real. I knew it. There was nothing you could tell me. I still know it. There's nothing no one could tell me. You could get me the smartest Muslim in the whole planet to sit next to me and try to, like, school me. I'm not going to fall for it. You could take the biggest Buddhist, whoever. Nah, I'm not believing none of it. Because the Spirit of God lives within me now. After I got baptized, my whole life changed, bro. Like, I left the gang. And do something. They don't do nothing. You know what I mean? Because I was the danger. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys follow me because I was the danger. So, if you really want to get technical, I'm still the danger. Like, you guys are not stepping to me. So,
Are the Trinitarios religious to begin with, or no?
yeah, their motto is Dios, Patria, Libertad. God, patriotism, and freedom, or liberty. So before anything is always God. You know what I'm saying? But let's be real. I can't tell you, oh, praise God, and then stab you down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I never really understood that.
Yeah, so it's all bullshit. It's just little cool things they put in there to make, see, we're not a gang, we're an organization. No, you're a gang, bro. You guys wearing bandanas, you're wearing beads, and if somebody else is wearing the opposite one, you're stomping them out and possibly killing them. That makes you a gang. You know what I'm saying? And I say that in front of anybody. I'm saying that right here, and this is going to go everywhere.
So you knew going into that baptism that you had to renounce gang life after
No.
that? Oh, you didn't know?
When I came out the water,
That's when you realized?
right there on the spot.
So you were expecting to go back to gang life, but you were giving baptism a chance.
Yeah,
But-
I was accepting Jesus, but I didn't think I was going to leave my gang and stop drug dealing. Like, I was selling a lot of drugs at
And
this
there's
time.
no repercussion from that? From walking away from
I'll
gang
say it like this, and anybody attempts to harm me, it's not going to go good for them. And I think they know that. So, you know, just
Well, I just think that the whole gang thing, like we were saying earlier, is so silly. Like, I've had Latin Kings on the show, and I get messages from people saying, like, threatening me because I didn't get permission from their family about having them on. And meanwhile, these are guys trying to, these are guys who admit that a gang like the Latin Kings that recruits kids, to these gangs, and they're trying to do
Latin
better.
Kings are a bunch of fucking assholes. Why? Because all gangs are a bunch of assholes. And you can all hear that. I'm not worried about anybody. I'm very official. And I walk with God, which means none of you could touch me anyway, even if you tried. The minute you try, what's going to happen is I'm going to somehow get discernment and figure it out. I'm going to notice, and I'm going to get away, because the Lord's going to protect me. But anyways, all gangs are stupid, bro. And you know what? I really, really repent from being in a gang, because I recruited a lot of people, bro. I've recruited a lot of people, bro. I've oathed in probably over 150, 200 people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not proud of that. And if I was doing ever and you're seeing this, you should get out of that, because that's demonic. It's from the devil, and I was influenced by demonic beings. That's how I believe in my mind. And I will never in my life support any gang. I don't respect any gang. I'm not scared of any gang. I walk with the Most High. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ, the way, the truth, and the life, the only living God.
What about your gang tattoos?
I wish I could remove them. I just can't afford it to. You know what I'm saying?
They do have programs, though. I think that.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, you got to look at that. There's some places that will do it for free.
Oh, wow. I'm definitely going to look into that.
Yeah,
person.
if they're gang related, they'll do it for free.
This one's gang related. This one, one on my back. I got a bunch of gang related.
But I also know it's like a part of your past too that you might want to.
Honestly, I want it off because I feel like it's demonic. One thing I looked at, every single gang sign is demonic. Look, I'm gonna show you an example. There's a Trinitario sign, and I hope some Trinitarios see this. You see this? What do you see there?
It looks like a rooster, kind of.
Doesn't look like a rooster.
Yeah.
But you know what I see? They throw this up. This stands for patria. This stands for pride of being Dominican. But to me, the devil's very sneaky. He manipulates us all. He exists. And the whole time, you see what you're really throwing up?
3.
6.
No. 666. Oh, 666.
6.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bloods, same thing. 666.
Yeah.
Folk, fucking pitchfork. You don't get more evil than that. All the gangs, man. It's all demonic. And the leaders are all manipulative dudes just trying to recruit a bunch of young boys to have power and to manipulate and control the streets. And you're not going to make no money. Eventually you'll go to jail. And you'll just be somebody else's bitch when you get there, because now there's another gang leader and you got to listen to him. And unless you're a gangster like that, you want to go up in the rankings, which is going to cause you more trouble, probably send you back to prison.
It's a revolving door.
Yeah.
Do you think it ever ends?
Oh, and for me, I bumped into a lot of them still respect me, because not for nothing, they could deny this all they want, nigga, whatever. Bro, I helped build it, like most of y'all. Long Island, I built y'all. In the city, I helped build almost everything I had going on. And now I can tell you that I'm actually sorry I did that. I regret doing that. And gangs are bullshit. All of them. And I don't care what consequences come with that. All gangs are bullshit. East Coast, West Coast, North Coast, South Coast. I don't care what coast. Coast to coast. All of them is whack. They're all evil. And all you're doing is destroying our community, man. And I really hurt inside when I think about that I was a big part of that. You know what I'm saying?
How do you make amends amends with the past? Like, how do you find peace?
Holy Wall Street family. That's my crew. I got a crew of Christian brothers. I actually go around now and try to get gang members out. I actually baptized 3 Bloods about a month and a half ago in the ocean. Die-hard Bloods, teenagers. Baptized them. And I told them, I said, you don't gotta get out the gang. I said, stay in it. I said, God's gonna take you out. How much you wanna bet? Well, no, this is for life, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we'll see, but, you know, blood for life. Not even 30 days later, one of them gets kicked out for being too Christian. The other one moves to North Carolina, and then the members call him, you're kicked out. You took too many days to contact us to let us know you were in North Carolina. You're kicked out. The third one, he's like the knucklehead one that's like, no, I'm a blood forever. Long story short, about last week, he calls me up. Yeah, I ended up leaving it. I dropped my flag. So all 3 of those guys became Christian. And then little by little, I started like noticing that gang members, bro, I know why the Lord made me be a gang member older than me is for the experience. Because now that I'm a Christian, I'm to take those young men out of that. Like Holy Wall Street family, that's a crew I started. It's not a gang. We don't wear no bandanas, because I'm against all of that. But we're more like a brotherhood of men that love Jesus. You know what our gang codes are? The Bible. Dudes ask me, so what are our codes? The Bible. You know how you get ranking? By doing productive things in the community. You're exiled immediately if you're involved in any violence, if you're involved in anything that is against the rules of my Lord Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? And we're a true brotherhood. Because we're not about violence, we're not about none of that. We're not a gang. We don't wear colors, we don't do none of that. You know, when we have our meetings, bring your ass to church on Sunday. That's our meeting, you know what I'm saying? Your lessons are your Bible, and stay out of trouble. And make sure your grades good and all that. You know what I'm saying? And at first I thought it was a bad idea, but actually now I got like 13 dudes. I'm seeing how positive their lives are going now. Like my little, no disrespect, we call him little white boy JP. Got my little white boy JP. He wanted to be a blood. He wasn't a blood, but he wanted to be a blood. Oh, he did whoop-dee, blah, blah. He went viral. He did, when he was like 15, he did a weird-ass video where he's like, whoop-dee, I'm your snap man. And it looked like he went super viral off that. But he was like a wannabe gang member, and he's another one that we got out of there. And that's what we do, man. I do Christian hip-hop, actually. I actually made it, like, to the Christian hip-hop awards, and I actually got kicked out.
For what?
I got into it in my neighborhood with, there's these guys that they're like, I'm not going to say their name because they would love that, you know what I'm saying? But they're these rap crew guys that, they're like very cocky, and if you're not kissing their ass, then they see you like, oh, why doesn't he kiss our ass like everyone else does? And I guess you become a threat to them. So long story short, I got into it with those guys, and everybody's scared of them, but I'm not scared of them. May the Lord forgive me because I have changed my life. I'm not like a gangster pretending to be a nice guy. Now, I really changed my life around. But I still have that anger in me. Like, if you cross me too much, I'm not just going to let you do stuff to me. Or, you know. So they started talking spicy to me, and one of them told me, it's up and stuck, which to me means you're going to pick up a gun and leave it stuck pointing at me. So I took that very disrespectful, and, you know, we started beefing. And I sent one of them a video. I sent it directly to him. I didn't post it. I don't do that. I sent him a video telling him, like, yo, bro, anywhere I see you, like, we need to see each other. Because I'm telling you it's going to go down. And I made some threats to him on there. I was like, I'm going to shoot the fuck out you, bro. Which I wasn't going to do. I was very angry. Because they were, like, trying to mock me online. And these guys went, took the video, posted it online for clout. Because they're, like, clout chasers. They're not really gangsters, so they try to, like, act like that. So the dude posted it in family court, got it, took my kids from me, and I got kicked off of the Christian hip hop award thing, which I'm glad it happened because it gave me time to refocus. I was kind of like straying away a little bit, which is hard when you used to live a street life, like a lot of things, you know. But now I'm refocused. I'm back doing my music, got my studio running, and I'm just trying to do the right thing, man.
What do you do for work now?
Right now I work numismatics, actually.
What is that?
I sell gold and silver.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going very good. I make a lot of money there. And I also have a recording studio that I own. And, it's doing decent. It's not doing, it could do a lot better. But right now it's doing decent. Yeah, that's
It's
just
a process, man. You know, you get there. You just keep staying on that, on that path.
Yep, that's
My whole life's been a process. I never thought this would happen. We'd be sitting here today.
This is fire, man. This is
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Well, that's what the show's all about, getting these stories out here.
Yeah, man. My story's crazy, man. I had a lot of stuff that happened to me. Even after all that, like, when I became a Christian, like, I started, like, everything started becoming weird. Like, everything that I thought was official, now I looked at it with disgust. And it wasn't like, oh, I have to think this way now because I'm a Christian. No, it was naturally happening. It was like, what are we talking about? Oh, no, this dude's strong, man. We should go spray his house up. We're gonna go shoot someone's house up? Like, what are you fucking insane, bro? You're gonna shoot a house up with bullets. Are you crazy? Well, back in the day, I'd have been like, yeah, go handle that. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm like, bro, you're an idiot. You're not even allowed to give an opinion no more. Shut the fuck up, because it just sounds stupid to me. So I started seeing the changes in myself, and I just want to help others now. So I started doing Christian hip hop. I'm pretty good at it. Got a lot of videos, stuff like that, and like I started making it to the awards, and then these guys hated on me, got me kicked out, which it was my own fault. I should never acted that way. But it is what it is. I fall, I get back up, so I'm just back up. It is what it is. I'm gonna just keep working hard to do positive. You know what I'm saying?
What's a lesson you want people to take away from this interview today?
The lesson is that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. Jesus Christ changed my life. I was a guy that sold drugs, gangbang. I've done it all, man. You can think of the evilest stuff. I've probably done it. I've worked with major organizations that I won't get into, but I've done things that people dream of in the streets. I mean, I've touched multiple kilos. It's like I've done all that, and none of it's fulfilling, man. All of it is a lie. All of it is evil, and I truly believe in spiritual warfare. I believe that right now, as we speak, there's spiritual war going on. I believe that we're in end times. Years ago, I told everybody this. When I first got baptized, I started getting this weird wisdom, like stuff that I didn't even read up on. I was showing my friends, and the ones that watched it, they're like, yo, you ain't lying. Like, 8 of them were smoking each other. A name appeared in my head, Elon Musk. So I'm like, hey, yo, y'all know who this person is, Elon Musk? Oh, yeah, he's a rich dude, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, he's the Antichrist, I think, man. So people were like, why you say that? I was like, I don't know. Just something I feel inside. I said, and they're going to start telling us about this 2022, 21. They're going to start telling about aliens soon. Watch. Well, what's making you think of that? I was like, I don't know. I'm just thinking about that. Long story short, you see what's going on now. Drones, fucking UAPs, all this crazy stuff. And I feel like the Lord gave me all that knowledge, man. Jesus is real. Jesus is everything. He saved me in prison. Only means I never got stabbed, cut, nothing. In the streets, never got stabbed, cut, nothing. Never been hurt. I never even really been snuffed or anything. Like, always been protected. And I used to think it was that I was slicker than everyone, or that I was I'm slick. Really, I've been protected by the Lord my whole entire life. And it wasn't until I got baptized and realized that He was actually real, and that He wasn't just a thing. I started hearing His voice and feeling Him and actually hearing His voice, which might sound crazy, but it is what it is. I hear God's voice. He guides me through my days, my life. When that started happening, all those evil voices left that I used to have. They left the day I got baptized immediately. I never heard them again. But I realized I'm a child of the Most High. That's my whole goal in life, is to preach the gospel and bring as many people from the hood to Jesus. Not even the hood, anybody, period. But a lot of people suffering out there, man, and they're being misguided and taught a bunch of bullshit lies that ain't even real. You know what I mean? Everything's bullshit. Yo, one thing too, you can check this out later too. You see what I said about Elon Musk? Mm-hmm. You ever heard of Greek gematria? Mm-hmm. Greek gematria? It was a system that they used before Christ of you take letters and you put them in a certain system and it equals numbers. And the Bible has a verse that says, let he who has wisdom decipher the name for the number of a man, and the number is 666. So it was weird, bro. I was just chilling by myself, and I was thinking about that. And I feel like the Lord put this wisdom in me. Maybe this will be a way to get it out. Everybody out there, get your phone, go to Google, put Greek gematria calculator, it's gonna appear. You take the calculator, you press it, boom, a calculator appears. You can write anything in there. You can write microphone, you can write sunglasses, you can write anything, and numbers appear, right? So the Bible speaks about the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast will be in your forehead or in your hand, right? So we assume forehead means it's gonna be right here, but there could be any part of your head right here. You feel me? So I was there thinking, and I was like, I believe Elon Musk is the Antichrist, man. That crazy ass dude, man. You know what I mean? And I was like, I know he is, man. Just me in my own mind. And then I'm like, I know it. Now I start doing research. So then I found out about that system, the Greek geometry. So what do? I put the name Elon Musk. Regular numbers pop up, like 1, 2, 3, whatever. I put a bunch of stuff. And then I was like, I put SpaceX. Nothing. I put all that stuff. You could do this yourself. You go to the Greek geometry calculator. It has different. See that Greek geometry thing? It has like different rows of it, and they each have different numbers. When you put in the word Neuralink, every single category, everything 666, 666, 666. It's the only thing, period, that does that. You can look it up yourself. Nothing else. You could put piano, fucking tissue, camera. You can write whatever you want in there. Rug. The minute you put in Neuralink, it comes up as 666, everything. And now I start thinking, wow, that is not a coincidence. Where does Neuralink go? Neuralink goes in your brain. You know about Neuralink, right?
Yeah, that what he built. That,
Yeah, Neuralink is going to be a chip that's placed in your brain, in this part of your head. So I'm like, could this be a coincidence? Hell no, it ain't a coincidence. Think about it. They put in this shit in your brain. This shit equates to 666. Elon Musk got SpaceX, Starlink. He got fucking, what else? SpaceX, Starlink, fucking Tesla. All these companies, robots, all these things connect, bro. All of them. All of them somehow coincide with each other to help each other. Starlink, that shit's bringing us internet everywhere, which is gonna help as far as the Tesla and the robots. And I don't know. I just feel like it's too much shit going on right now. Like he could really lock this whole thing down.
Well, we know you're not getting Neuralink.
Yeah, Neuralink ever.
Well, Elvis, thanks so much for coming, man.
Yeah,
This was
man,
an
no doubt,
awesome
man.
conversation, amazing interview.
Yeah, man. Thank you, bro.
You showed up, bro.
Appreciate
You performed, man. It was a good one.
You already know, man.
We'll have the links to your music and everything that you got
That's
going
right.
on in your studio in the description of this.
Yeah.
Melvin, welcome to Locked In. Thanks so much for coming today, and thanks for bringing gifts. You wrote this book right here?
Yeah.
If you want to plug it in at the top of this episode.
Yeah, a book of my life story from the very beginning, from birth all the way up until probably last year, maybe. It's Gangsters Gone Golly. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on Barnes & Noble.
Oh, I even got a note too. That's cool.
Yeah, sign it for you.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. I love when guests bring like a memento, kind of like of their story, and I like put it like in the office, and it's cool. It's like it's building this place up.
Nah, definitely. Like I wrote something just for the simple fact that I really appreciate that even bringing someone like me, because this was not my life. Like I didn't like any of this stuff prior to coming home from prison. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, this is not me. But the more I'm able to share my stories, the more I'm able to talk about the things that I've done and be open about it, I see a lot more people making that same change, you know, and trying something different. And to know that you're someone that came from that, you know, that did time and everything, it's even more empowering to me.
Thank you, man. I think it makes the guests more comfortable to open up, because I'm not like some random white kid from the suburbs trying to ask all these questions. And then also, is this merch for sale? Because this hoodie is so cool. It's great quality. I love the red and the yellow on this and the black.
Yeah, everything's custom made. So when you go on the site, Gangsters Gone Godly website, you can actually they're sold as like a blank canvas, and then you choose the color, you choose the design, and it gives you different options of different logos, things like that from Gangsta Go Garden.
Awesome, and we'll offer your links to everything in the bio of this
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Now, you were speaking at a prison yesterday, or?
No, it was a program, Halfway House.
Okay.
Yeah, out in Bridgeport. Just, it's I don't want to say it's a halfway house. What it is a bunch of guys that had done time or, you know, been to drug programs, and now they're in a home, but it's all homes of, like, former gang members. And the reason I was there, Jimmy, he's PX Production, he's one of the other guys that are on my team. He always does events and stuff, and he gets all these events scheduled. So we connected with somebody in Bridgeport, and he was like, "You got to meet this guy. He's, you know, his story's similar to yours, things like that." So I said, "All right, I'll check it out." Got into talking, and he invited me up. So that's typically how it happens. You know, somebody always invites me after we get to talking a little bit, because I won't do everything with everybody. I'm real picky about that, and it's not because I think I'm either better or I don't believe where they came from. It's just that I've learned, just like when I was in the world, that you can't rock with everybody. You know, you really gotta like let discernment kick in, and then be a good judge of character, as to say, you know what, are they really about what they say they're doing, or are they just doing it for clout? You know, and I'm not one to just jump on people just for clout. You know, I don't care if you got 5 followers or 5,000 followers. At the end of the day, if you're really doing it because you got a passion for it,
Yeah, and it's amazing like what networking can do in today's world, and that's why I'm so responsive in my Instagram DMs, because that's where the good stories are.
Right,
The
right.
people that have never gotten to tell their story,
Right.
that DM me.
It's crazy because I knew your story from when you had the cook-off. Yeah, that's when I first started seeing it, and then I started following you through Instagram and stuff and TikTok. But my sister was the one that reached out to you initially, and because I always would talk about it, I was like, yeah, it would be alright if I could say that I could jump on this cook-off show, but I only provided the food. I never really cooked. I'd probably be smashed real quick, you know. But it's a cool, you know, I like the idea. And then to see how the platform kept growing, I was like, yo, that's dope. Because there's a couple people that you had on the show that I know. I've either done time with them or I know them on a personal note. And I'm like, okay, I see what he's doing. That's dope. It's different, you know.
Yeah, it's crazy how so many people are connected. Whether they did time, like it's a big world, but it's a small world in a crazy way too.
That world.
Yeah, really, and everyone shares something in common. Whether you know you get along with that person or not, everyone has like a commonality among each other.
Yeah, most definitely. But I mean, not for nothing, to see where a lot of them have made changes in their lives and they're doing something different or something positive, spiritual, whatever the case may be. It's definitely good to see that we're not who people automatically remember us for, you know, and that's what I love the most, you know. We didn't choose to do the things that we did, or let's put it this way, we chose those things. We weren't made to do those things, you know. I say it all the time. Like when I was a kid, I didn't think I was gonna be spending, you know, 2/3 of my life in prison. I didn't think I was gonna be a gang member. I didn't think none of these things. But when I did make those choices, I embraced it wholeheartedly. So when it was time to change, it was like, okay, now I gotta embrace that. And that's hard. It's really hard, you know. But again, platforms like this and seeing other people that have similar stories or similar backgrounds and seeing that they can change can help others to change. It's a great thing.
Absolutely. So, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Varnum, New Jersey. Varnum is South Jersey. It's the largest city in New Jersey, area-wise, but it's not the most popular. It's not like it's Newark or Jersey City or anything like that. 20 minutes away from Camden, and another 20 minutes away from Wildwood. So it's like right in the middle of good and bad, you know. But it has a high, a lot of, how can I put it? Cumberland County has a lot of drug dealers, a lot of people that were in the drug game that really made it known, you know, and I grew up seeing that, you know, because I came from a messed up home anyway. You know, my mother and father were separated when I was a baby, so I had a stepfather or her boyfriend, and he was abusive. He was the type of guy that if I opened up the refrigerator, I'm getting smacked in my face. You know, my mom, she was so scared of him that she allowed these things, you know. So I don't hold nothing against her, but maybe if things had been a little bit different, I wouldn't have been looking to the streets for that love and attention, you know. My father was in my life, but my father was also, you know, because of the difference between him and my mom, he was a weekend father, a birthday father, holiday father, things like that. So when he came around, he was my superhero, you know, but he wasn't always around, you know what I'm saying? So I was looking for it the rest of the time, and I found it on the streets, you know, especially when everything in the house was chaotic. I mean, like, when I say abuse, it went from physical, mental, emotional, to verbal, to even sexual, you know. And, you know, I share that story with everybody. I'm like, listen, and the reason I share it too is that he not only abused my sister, but he sexually abused me as well. And I always used to want to hide that when I even told my story. It was like, I'm not going to talk about that because you have this bravado thing, like we got to be so machismo about who we were, where we came from. But I learned that a lot of gang members came from that same background. You know, they were hurt physically, but also sexually. They just never talk about it until one person opens up, and now they feel comfortable to open that story up. So I started telling that part of my story, and it was years after I got saved that I was able to go ahead and change that story. You know what I'm saying? And just be like, I'm not only known for being a gang member. I mean, that's what everybody's seen, but there's a foundation to everything. You know, there's a root to everything, and that foundation and that root started with what was going on in the home. And I was a scared kid. Like, I didn't join the Latin Kings because I was scared. I was just living in fear for everything else. I joined the Latin Kings because I seen love. You know, so it started off at an early age, you know, and Jersey didn't have it, like North Jersey had it, but Varnum didn't have that. Varnum had, like I said, everybody was drug dealers, everybody was individual, like, neighborhood gangs. I got introduced to the Latin Kings, you know, when I was 14, but I had already been introduced to the street. I started doing time at 11. I did 2.5 years at 11 trying to kill my stepdad. Yeah, so coming home from that and meeting other Latin Kings that came from other jails, from other cities to Skillman, it was like, yeah, that's what I wanted. And that same old cliche that everybody looks for in that life is the money, power, and respect. You want all three. I had it at an early age. I wanted it all. I tell everybody I wanted to be King Blood. I wanted his power, but I wanted to be John Gotti's respect. Like, I had all these different items and none of them were good. So I just took a little bit from everybody and said, this is how I'm gonna do it, you know. And I ran hard. I gave you 150% in everything. And when I say everything, like, I'm an open book, literally. There's nothing I wouldn't do to get it, you know.